I don't know. It's supposed to be a short game because I'm pretty sure there's only 3 cases, and the fucking achievements are just.
A neighbor called a patrol because he heard a shot at dawn. Upon arrival, the patrol found 2 bodies. The missing 28-year-old man has a history of violence. He was currently under surveillance for belonging to radical circles. Nothing else has been touched. Collect the evidence you find and take it to the police station.
So theoretically, to solve the cases, do you actually need all the evidence, or do you just need the stuff that you actually take pictures of, so that you can put them on the board? Alright, well, let's see. Don't actually know which house we're supposed to go to. Although this seems like a good bet for extremists. Or they're fans of Dukes of Hazzard. Should we eliminate people with disabilities? My neighbor's wife has mental paralysis and her husband wastes time taking care of her. That's wasting time. We people must die. I believe that you're right. In these times of decadence, society is disintegrating. I'd like to talk about it by private message. That's maybe too crazy. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? In the old days, like Wild West, right? Like, fucking danger around every corner, struggling to survive. Then, an argument could be made that the people who, can't, uh, fuck, what the hell's that word? Contribute to the society and the growth of everything. You know, the argument could be made to take them out the picture because it's a waste of limited resources. Today, though, like this day and age, we have the resources. We don't need to eliminate those people. That's not a necessary thing. Like, yes, technically they're a drain on society. I don't exactly know what mental paralysis is, but either way, yes, that is a drain on society. But times aren't so desperate that we need every person to be putting full effort to the advancement of society, right? Anyway. Okay, so just leaves clothes laying everywhere. Hello, Henry. I hope you're well. I'm still in Spain in the Rota military base. You should see this, bro. The weather is perfect and the food is amazing. The beach is next to the base. This is a paradise. I wish you would stop wasting your time with your conspiracy theories and enlist. Brother, don't let them fool you. You know I'm not good with words. I'm sorry I've gone so far, but there's no work at home. I miss you. I also like how, I'm not good with words, and yet this is probably the best translated letter that we've had in this game so far. Oh, this one isn't signed, though. You have been chosen for the Stella Porta project. To complete your initiation, you must create extreme collateral damage. But it's not signed. So I guess he didn't succeed. Maybe the guy taking care of his mental paralysis wife wasn't so weak after all, bitch? Alright. A baseball thing here, a statue. I was gonna say trophy, but it doesn't really look like a trophy, it just looks like a statue. It could be a trophy, but... Okay, let's check out the backyard first. Also, I feel like a guy, Confederate flag, conspiracy theories, talking about killing off the weak. Where's his gun cabinet? Where's his shed out back with, like, all the guns in the world? Oh, look at that, they actually have cops back there. Let's see. How to use an oxygen tank at home. Attach the tubing and nasal prongs to the oxygen regulator nipple as required. Be sure to check that the tubing is not bent or blocked. Weird amount of space in between those. Adjust your nasal prongs to ensure comfortable fit. Set your flow rate to the setting provided by your physician. Avoid changing the flow rate unless instructed by your physician. Put the nasal prongs into your nose and breathe normally. If you're unsure of whether oxygen is flowing, you can test it by placing the nasal prongs in a glass of water. Important, do not close the airflow. If you're going to put the word cannula in there every time, then either just use the word or don't use the word. Don't say nasal prongs and then put cannula after it every time. That's just stupid. It's just a waste of time. Don't. Okay, so he clearly came in through the window. Okay, nope, can't move that one. Oh, got a lever action rifle here, but for some reason we can see the wallpaper through the barrel, so the barrel isn't even complete. I couldn't tell you what type of gun that is. I I don't even think that I think that the lever part of that is broken as well.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. I'm Dr. Miller's secretary. I was calling him to set up Mary's next visit. The doctor thinks you should visit more frequently. I wait for your call.
Yeah, they really should have. Oh my, wouldn't have even needed to be a good voice actor to do that, you know? A used rifle. Yeah, I got that. And this is Mr. Jones's body. So, oh, well, I mean, he did kill them both. But the gun, like, why is the gun facing out the door? And dude never signed the contract. And here's the guy with all the guns. So he used his own gun against him. I mean, I guess so. I mean, that's an AK. That one looks familiar, but I don't know. So, well, all of these look familiar. I've played enough shooting games to at least vaguely recognize the guns. It's weird they have a light pointed right at the clock. How we doing on evidence? 3 more, eh? It's a lot of ammo in there, too. It's weird that that isn't an evidence thing to show that the gun is dude's, which means that the guy broke in, went and got this dude's own gun, and used it to kill him. Okay, well, if the guy came in through the back, though, we should probably go back there and check it out. Also, it's kind of weird that this guy's a chain link fence around his house, right? Like, I understand wanting a fence, but just for, like, your regular old house, it seems kind of weird. Well, there's the point of entry. And then that's where he came in. From behind. You have found the broken fence, thanks. Okay, but did he use, like, wire cutters or something to get through it? Because, I mean, clearly he came through there and then just went right into this window, so he wouldn't have had to, like, go around or anything. Um, maybe we should go back to the other house and see what's up over there. Or see if I missed something in there. That seems, I feel a little more likely than, because how much are we missing? 3, 2, right? Because we only found the fence, so 2. Oh, okay. Dirty boots. Oh, I see, because then he came in through his own back door. Okay, I want to see if I can find like wire cutters. That he, like, cause that would make sense, right? He used wire cutters to get through the fence. Is this supposed to be takeout containers? Because I don't think I've ever seen ones that are like long like that. Dirty dishes. Um, I like that painting. It's not bad. I would like to, like, I like this nice little shack there. I wouldn't mind living here. I would like a little bit better than that shack to live in, but location wise, fucking beautiful. All right. Yeah, it doesn't. No, no, I can open some of the cupboards. Nothing. Nothing. And I mean, down there we can barely see into them. Oh, look at that! I can actually open that oven. Couldn't open the last one. All right. Well, let's see, because we got the boots there. They clearly came from here. Guess I don't know which direction they came from though. Have a filled in well for some reason. And we also have an invisible wall here. I wasn't walking that close to the cactus because, I thought there was something there. I literally couldn't back up more. Okay. Alright. Well, let's see. Maybe he went this way. Although I feel like in a game like this, it wouldn't be like on the ground where you had trouble finding it. So far, most of the stuff seems to be like, yeah, it's not like in your face, but it's also not super hidden. Alright, well, let's go around the outside of the fence. So, I mean, if he came in through the back, then there might be wire cutters on the outside of it, right? How far out can we go? Oh, wow, way further, right about there. It's further than I thought we would be able to, but... Because, yeah, I really thought there would be wire cutters. I mean, I guess it did say broken fence, so it may have already been busted like that, but that seems too convenient. And I mean, we've only got one more thing to find, and wire cutters would make sense. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on the road, and that would be fairly obvious. There was nothing on the outside of the fence. We looked on the inside of the fence as well and didn't see anything. But I guess we'll look again, since we apparently missed something. Maybe he threw them in. Nope, not in those garbage bins. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything outside. But I mean, I'm determined that it's wire cutters for whatever reason, but I don't understand why he would bring them inside or not take them back to his house. Like, to me, right, if I was going to use wire cutters, I would either then take them back to my house, like put them in my pocket, because I'm thinking just like little ones, right? I guess he could theoretically have like bolt cutters, but that's awfully big just to get through a fucking chain link fence like that. So I'm just thinking little wire cutters that would fit into his pocket, right? You know? So you cut through the fence and either shove them in your back pocket to take them home, or you just drop them out there right after you're finished cutting the fence. Like, I don't see why you would bring them inside the house. Now, I'm guessing that we do need to find something else to take a picture of. Like, the last thing we're missing is important because we only have 5 pictures. And the other 2 cases have had 6 pictures that we've had to rearrange, so. Uh, I still don't know what brain paralysis means. Like, she's in a coma? No, if she was in a coma. Well, I mean, I guess some people, bring their comatose loved ones home to look after them, but generally those people are not living in trailers. Good lord, I may actually have to look it up. Oh, well, waterworks. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea where this is. I'm gonna look. I don't want to, but I gave it Detective Stella Porta case walkthrough. Here we go. Yeah, not case 1. Uh, yeah, that's case 2. All right, let's see. Oh, well, I hate it when people do this. They label it as a walkthrough, but they don't actually have like a route planned out, it looks like. So they're just kind of running around the place. Oh, okay. Well, I couldn't get that open though, because that's even something that I tried to do. But I think they did something weird. Because, like, I looked in here and see I can't open the cupboard. I can open the other side, though. Like, I tried that side, it didn't open, so I was like, alright, that's just not something that I can have then. Alright, but that should be all of it now. Yep, 13 13. Alright. Okay, so let's see. Obviously, the wire cutters go first because that's how he broke in. Wire cutters and broken fence. Uh, the footprints. That's how he got into the house. Was through there. Um, then considering that the guns were in that room with the dead body, I'm assuming that he took care of Marie first, right? And then he had the went and got the gun off the wall and killed Mr. Jones while he was on the shitter, which is unfortunate. And then, I mean, he went home, right? Nope, apparently not. Um, okay, well, let's put Mr. Jones last, right? And then put the gun there. And then, oh, I was gonna move the dirty boots to where Marie's body was. Well, whatever. That doesn't make sense. Dirty boots would go there. Henry is a young man who lives alone. His brother Daniel is in the military and is far away. Henry is a young man who is easy to manipulate and has been writing in extremist forums for a long time. Henry believes that disabled people shouldn't be born and are a burden to others. Well, I mean, they are a burden to others. I mean, if you can't say that they're not. I mean, they're as much a burden to others as a child is a burden to their parents. I mean, even if you love them and you don't mind taking care of them, it is still technically a burden. I mean, when you bring groceries home, that's a burden. You're carrying it. It's a burden. Like, yeah, you're gonna do it because it's necessary, but it's still a burden. Anyway, disabled people shouldn't be born. But there's certain disabilities that you can't really detect in the womb. And what about like people who become disabled later in life? Like his brother's in the military. What if brother comes home missing a leg? I mean, it sounds like he's stationed in Spain, so odds are not going to happen. But still. Encouraged by the sectarian, Henry decides to end the life of his neighbor Marie, who is disabled. To do so, he breaks into his neighbor's house by breaking the fence behind them while they are sleeping. He enters through the window and reaches the room where his neighbors sleep. Inside the room, Henry quietly turns off the oxygen that Marie needs to live and goes back home, leaving his dirty boots at the entrance. Lucas, her husband, doesn't notice and continues sleeping. Marie dies overnight from lack of oxygen. Okay. In the morning, Lucas, who is suffering from post traumatic stress, notices that Marie is not breathing and loses control. Desperate, he picks up a gun and commits suicide. Oh, for not being able to bear the death of his wife. At that moment, Henry disappears, leaving a contract for Stella Porta. Yeah, but his contract wasn't signed. Also, I guess suicide does make more sense then. I guess putting the boots there does make sense then. Yeah. All right. Uh, yeah. See, though his isn't signed. So does that mean that those coordinates are still good or something? Together we make our city safe. Well, hopefully. Yeah. Nope, let's head to the coordinates. Okay. You're in the right place. So yeah, apparently the only real thing that we need to worry about missing is reading the computer. Can I get a flashlight? There's a lantern. Can I grab that? Hmm. We found the cultist lair. Found a secret bunker out in the middle of nowhere. But didn't each of them have, like, different coordinates? Adern, the pain is killing me. I'm a coward for running away and not facing reality. I'm still in shock. Perhaps in the new world I can start over, but the guilt will accompany me throughout my life. That will be my punishment. I love my children. I'm broken. I'm not a good person. I'm not a good mother either. I don't know if I deserve a second chance. I mean, you weren't the one who killed him, according to my brilliant detective work, but I have no way of knowing that that's what happened. Sophia, I knew it, the door was real. I never doubted our leader. He knew how to open my eyes to reality. I've never been so happy. I feel free. My old life is behind me, and now I can finally breathe. No regrets, no sadness, no pain, no repression. Can't wait any longer. I want to leave. I didn't want to write anything, but the leader has convinced me, so here we go. Today's world is rubbish. I have no parents, and my brother went to work far away. Daniel, if you ever read this, don't try to follow me. I know you won't understand what I did, and you'll think I'm crazy, but I'm not. I've always felt that I do not belong on this planet, so I hope to feel normal in the new world. Today, the old Henry stays here. I'm leaving as someone new. Okay. Oh, a bike moving. I was wondering what the fuck that was. Okay, so he's using the bike to power batteries. Okay. The day has come. After so many years, I'll finally be able to cross the Stargate. Since I discovered the existence of the gate, I've convinced 86 people to go to the other side. These people are part of the selection process to create the new world. I don't know what's on the other side, but I'm convinced that it can't be bad. The door is there for us. We have the opportunity to leave this planet and start from scratch. Today I will go with Endurance, Sophia, and Henry. This is a one-way trip. I'm convinced that it can't be bad, and yet you're sending people. The only people that you're sending are ones like the mother obviously didn't kill her own kids, but she's an alcoholic who's gonna obviously be insanely depressed. And then you have the woman who was, I don't know, it says arguing with her husband. I guess we didn't really see any signs of abuse, but either way, she killed her husband instead of leaving him. And then you have Henry who thinks all people with that are a drain on society or who are a drain should or a burden should die. So I mean, Adern's fucked right there. Henry's probably gonna kill her. Like this makes no sense. Adern is the perfect person for the mission. She was a doctor and lost her job due to alcohol problems. It won't be difficult to convince her to drop everything and come with us. The only problem is her children. They can't come. She will be the group's doctor. It is vital to have a person specialized in medicine on the team. I have been very lucky to find it. Yeah, because she's going to be such a good doctor for you while when she's so fucking depressed about her kids. Sophia has an extremely manipulable personality. It won't be difficult to convince her that she has been chosen as mother of the new world. Investigating her past, I found that she had a son, but he died in a car accident. I have to get her to finish off her partner, otherwise I could follow her. He could follow her, I'm assuming? With Sophia, there are already 40 mothers sent to the New World through the Stargate. According to my calculations, they should be enough. Alright, so, that's pretty self-explanatory. You need women and men to create your new world. That makes sense. Every society needs security, and to achieve that security, you need soldiers who don't hesitate to follow orders. Henry will be a good soldier. He is not afraid to kill if necessary, but first I must put him to the test. As proof, he must kill his neighbor's wife without spilling blood. If he succeeds, he will come to the New World. So I mean, the point was, I mean, now that we know he didn't, but it's still, if someone's a drain, they should die. I mean, that's still not somebody you want with them. This selection process is ridiculous. I understand wanting a doctor, and I understand needing uh, men and women so that you can, build your society. But yeah, use the door lever, discover the portal. All right, well, let's see. This selection process is messed up. There's already 40 women on the other side. And he was sending people through without going through it himself. He didn't even know what was on the other side. We didn't know what was on the other side. We could have walked through to a place with no atmosphere and immediately died. Like, speaking of immediately dying, I didn't notice that at first. Oh, and it's getting dark out. Yeah, I have a feeling that there's no oxygen on this planet that we got to. You know, I was like, oh, this will be a cool detective game. Get us solve some murders. Get us solve some crimes. See how they're all connected. And in the end, I gotta say, it wasn't very good. Like, from the evidence we collected in the first crime scene, there's no reason to think somebody else came in, put peanut butter on the sandwich, and then made sure and then put them in the fridge, assuming that when the kids came home, they would just immediately go. Like, that would require somebody to know that schedule, which would be a weird thing for somebody to know. Like, we could have maybe figured that out. It would have required more investigating than we did. We had no reason to believe that the fake police badge was at the end or what they did. Like, so many assumptions were made in the first case. And then we had the second case, which was a lot more acceptable, I will say, the conclusion that we came to. Because, I mean, we had all the evidence there, and, it was like, bam, she clearly used the butane on that, got the thing saying that he couldn't smell anything, which let her use the butane because otherwise, obviously, the person would smell that. Uh, and his body was in the car broke it. I'm fine with that. Um, I don't think that his ID was necessarily a piece of evidence since we had the body, but whatever. And then the last case, without fingerprints or an autopsy, there's no reason to think that that guy killed himself. Like, there was no reason to think that he killed himself at that point. The guy snuck in, killed the woman, got the gun, got the bullets, went into the bathroom, killed the dude. I mean, that was I mean, obviously that was my assumption because that's what I said. But it's like, and then you had the doors that could open and had evidence behind them, but it was like the left door of the cabinet could open, but the right door couldn't, and you approached it from the right. So like I walked up to it, hit the button on the right door, it didn't open. I was like, oh, okay, and then I left. I didn't think to open up the left one. I had to fucking look up a walkthrough just to know that the door was openable. But yeah, that was Detective the Stella Porta case. Oh yeah, and then we make it to the end, and there's a weird fucking portal. Uh, that takes us to a planet with no oxygen, and everybody. Yeah, and it was like a whole. I'm sending people through this portal that I haven't been through, so that we can build our own perfect society. And I don't know what's on the other side. And as it turns out, Surprise, surprise, everybody who went through almost immediately died, including us because we were stupid enough to follow him through. Like, to be fair, I followed him through because it was a game. If that was real life and I found that portal, I wouldn't be immediately stepping through it. I mean, you gotta do some tests first. To see, because I mean, like like I said, even before I stepped through, there's no reason to think that, or maybe it was after I stepped through, but either way, there is no reason to think that what's on the other side of a portal is habitable. I mean, it's just it wasn't a very good game. It is a very cheap game, mind you. So it's not like I'm upset that I bought it. I mean, I got an easy 1,000 gamer score out of it, I guess, but that'll be it for this part. Next weekend we'll be back to we'll do another Amnesia game because there is 3 in that collection, so we'll do the next one. Which I don't think that one's very long either, but it has like multiple endings, so we may end up going through it more than once because I think that you need to go through the entirety of it to get the different endings. It's not just like one change at the end or something. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next time for more.